Ein neuer Tag, ein neuer Dollar. Wir befinden uns jetzt am Punkt, an dem wir alles für das True Ending vorbereiten können. In Aviary Attorney. Aber hier skippen wir nochmal kurz durch. Wir wissen, wie das hier passiert ist, so ungefähr. Und wir gehen uns jetzt den Tatort ansehen. Und diesmal gucken wir uns den auch richtig an. Oder so.
Ja.
Ich kann nicht glauben, dass ich mir Kommentare von Sparrison habe entgehen lassen, indem ich alles anklicke. So, select an area.
Lessons stationery. Come along for all your writing needs, whether you need paper, ink, stamps.
What are you doing? Stop procrastinating, Falcon. Kokoriko's life is at stake.
Ich glaube, es liegt nochmal irgendwo was auf dem Boden, oder?
Naja, außer dem offensichtlichen Blut. Sehe ich hier jetzt gerade nichts.
Wir müssen das aber nicht machen, bevor wir den Krogmonster treffen, oder? Ist ja ein bisschen sehr... Na, gucken wir mal.
Wir haben ja noch die Footprints jetzt. Gehen jetzt zum Notre Dame.
Und gehen wir nicht den offensichtlichen Weg.
Ah, nee, Moment mal, das habe ich nachgelesen. Der Weg, den wir gehen, ist egal. Es ist komplett egal. Also haben wir nicht alles, was wir brauchen. Also werden wir jetzt schon mal in der Zeit zurückgehen. Fantastisch.
Ich suche mal nach einer Lösung. Ich guck mal nach.
Ja, Low Previous Day. Wo treffen wir den guten Herrn denn das erste Mal?
Ein Krogmonster?
War das nicht irgendwas von wegen Freitag? Ach, steht auch kein Wochentag dran. Ach, Case 3.
Egalité.
Ja, Gleichheit. Liberté
Ja,
und
das ist ein...
Fraternité hatten wir ja schon.
Liberté... Familiar Face, Krogmonster. Da. Ne, das Sleeping City. Ah, wir müssen echt zum Mister. Zu Mister, wo wir den ersten Mal getroffen haben, den Krogmonster.
Ja, scheiße, und wo war das?
Keine Ahnung.
Das kommt man
Ich meine, wir können
bestimmt.
ja eh in jeden Tag reingucken, oder? Und dann zur
Ja,
Not zum nächsten Tag skippen. Also such dir mal einen aus.
ich habe doch keine Ahnung mehr, wann. Äh,
Ja, doch. Da ist es. Aber es hat zwei Zeituhren auf einmal.
die rechten Seiten haben zwei. Hm.
Ja, vielleicht ein Grafikbug. Guck mal, dahinter, das sieht auch, als ob das gedoppelt ist. Und oben rechts auch. Ah,
Okay, was du jetzt
kleiner.
gerade meinst, sehe ich nicht.
Ja, egal, dahin.
Sieht auf jeden Fall sehr merkwürdig aus. Ah, perfekt!
Ja, ist doch gut.
Äh,
Ah, warte. Ich hätte auch ein bisschen hier lesen können. The only day you can meet with the Cockmonsters on Friday, February 4th.
Mensch, ich habe das Gedächtnis eines schokoladenverkaufenden Elefanten aus Belgien.
Ja.
Ja,
Rebels. Information. Tell me about the Rebels.
echt?
Ja.
Also wir haben Cheap Gun genommen letztes Mal.
Ja. Give him the password and ask about the rebels.
Ja, dann ist der neue
You've been
Dialog.
supplying the weapons to the rebel group. I want to know everything. Who they are, where they are meeting, what they bought from you.
Das Ding ist, das war meiner, aber das ist halt der einzige Tag, an dem ihr irgendwie was erzählt habt. Also, yeah, if I sold out my customers, it won't be good for my reputation now, would it?
I suppose that's true.
Just kidding. Money beats integrity any day. Pay me 500 francs and I'll give you the dirt.
500 francs for this information. That seems a little steep.
Steep, this intel is probably worth 50,000 francs to the Parisian police. I'm giving you a bargain. Listen, you pay me the full 500 right now and I'll tell you exactly when and where you can find the rebels.
Do you take checks? Do you take checks?
Very funny, and no, I don't take pocket lint either. It's cold, hard Napoleons only. Und die Line war auch bei der anderen Möglichkeit.
Ja.
Und da sind wir wieder bei Cocorico.
Ja, bla bla bla. Und weg.
Alles wie immer.
Ba, 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 ba. Und jetzt hoffen wir,
I'll
dass wir
take the
dieses hier noch
dastardly fellow.
bla 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 bla. Ups.
Oh, warte, da haben wir sincere geantwortet. Machen wir das nochmal?
Ja, das ist irrelevant, steht hier.
Nice. Your choices really matter. Das vorhin war aber auch nicht der Tatort, an den ich gedacht hatte. Das hier ist nämlich die Alley, an die ich gedacht habe, von wegen, wo wir was nicht untersucht haben.
Ja, ja, dann. Ah, guck mal, da ist schon die zerbrochene Straßenlampe. Es gibt ein Rezept, was auf dem
So,
Boden liegt.
das
Was
ist
wir
der Zettel,
brauchen.
ja.
Ja,
Aber das hier bin ich mir sicher, darüber haben wir geredet. Aber
ja,
das habe ich
ich auch.
einfach wahrscheinlich übersehen.
Ja, gut möglich. Does the streamed lamp look broken to you?
Wer schreibt mir denn jetzt auf Steam? Come on! Ach, wie schalte ich das jetzt am besten stumm? Steam, Freunde. Ich bin ein Professioneller. Ich meine, anstatt diese offensichtlichen Ladezeiten jetzt hinzunehmen, kann ich auch einfach schreiben, ich nehme gerade auf.
LOL.
Ja?
LOL. Okay, ich freue mich auf das, was kommt.
Nice. Yep, I think all the lamps on the streets have been vandalized. The ground is covered in glass from the broken paint. Paint. Ow! That explains why my foot is hurting.
It does?
There's glass in the sole of my shoe. I must have... Verdammt. Oh no,
Rotten.
my good shoes are ruined.
Well, I wouldn't say good. You paid 20 cents for them.
File is away in the evidence folder.
You want me to file away the broken glass?
Yep, I'm filing an official formal complaint to the government. The faulty street lamps has ruined my shoes and I am owed compensation.
I think government officials have better things to do than worry about your 20-cent shoes, Sparrow.
Well, we'll just see about that.
Yeah, are you satisfied? We have real evidence to find.
Ja, und was machen wir jetzt mit den ganzen Tagen, die wir jetzt noch zu spielen haben?
Was haben wir denn an denen gemacht?
Ich habe keine Ahnung, ich bin auch überhaupt nicht... Ich bin überhaupt nicht mehr im
doch,
Kästchen. Also
ich
wir
kann mich
müssen zur
erinnern.
Bibliothek, damit der alte Mann uns das Rätsel löst.
Ich würde sagen, du bist ein netter Mensch und skippst das für die Zuschauer.
Das ist eine hervorragende Idee, Juli. Skippen wir das. So, da sind wir wieder zum Notre Dame. Und hoffentlich haben wir diesmal alles, was wir brauchen. Ich war bei der Chocolate Shop Ding und da haben wir gratis Schokolade bekommen.
Can't be trusted.
Ah ja. Und der Dialog da hat mir so gut gefallen, dass ich das so schade finde, dass ich den rausgeschnitten habe jetzt, effektiv.
Dass wir den nachholen.
Ich glaube, ich werde den einfach irgendwann später alleine synchronisieren. Wir
Hm.
haben ja so genug Probleme, Aufnahmezeiten zu finden, wenn du verstehst. Ich würde ja gern noch das andere aufnehmen.
Ja, ich weiß gar nicht, an welchen Leuten das liegt.
Hm, so. Aber deswegen haben wir jetzt gratis Schokolade und wir müssen dem nicht damit drohen, dass wir ihm, naja, sein Leben beenden.
Erstmal Fist. Ich gehe aus League of Legends gibt es einen Charakter mit der Synchronstimme von Kevin James. Er sagt: Hier ist ein Tipp und ein Speer dazu. Weil es ein Speerkämpfer ist und so. Ah, it must be tiring to stand there all day, all night. I bet you would love something to eat.
Ah, you mentioned it. What do you got? Hoffentlich müssen Quax und Piero oder wie er hieß, niemals miteinander reden.
Here you go, Moswa.
Ah, yeah, that's jackpot right there. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
So what do you say, Moswa? Can we go on?
Oh, yeah, no problem. That's the door behind me. I'll stop ya.
That's the door to the catacombs. It's that simple?
Yeah, it's that simple. What were you expecting? A hidden bookcase or something? Go on, go look. Alles wie immer. Huh? What idiots. They're walking straight in the pitch black maze without even a torch. I wonder, will they get lost and starve, or will they find the crazy lion girl and get shot? Either way, I'm a problem. So. Jetzt müssen wir wieder zur Trial. Hoffentlich haben wir diesmal auch wirklich alles.
Wir werden es nie herausfinden. Doch, wir werden es.
Es scheint egal zu sein, welchen Pfad man nimmt, aber ich nehme jetzt einfach trotzdem nochmal denselben. Ich meine, Into the Darkness konnten wir ja eh nicht. Das haben wir ausprobiert. Wahrscheinlich hätte man den anderen Pfad genommen, den Stagnant, wäre man auch wieder nur zurückgekommen und hätte dann den Breezy Pfad genommen.
Gut möglich. Piero, what have you done to the family?
Ja, Trial, bla bla bla. Weniger synchronisieren heißt, ich muss weniger Pieros Stimme machen.
Ja.
Und in Vorbereitung darauf, dass er gleich nochmal was sagen wird, wenn sein erster Absatz gefrontet wird, werde ich schon mal einen Schluck trinken. Ey, Content.
Oi.
Plain as day.
The crime occurred tonight. I saw.
So. Jetzt haben wir Glasscherben. Haha.
The street lamps over Rue de Marmosets were broken. They are completely non-functional. As proof, I present the glass shards. That line, the alleyway. That line? Okay. These shots originate from the panes of the broken lamps.
And I've still got the hole in the sole of my shoe. Double proof! Those glass shards could have come from anywhere.
You could send one of your underlings to see the broken lamps for themselves, if you want.
And waste more time? I think not. This sounds like a stalling tactic.
Excuse me, Madame Beaumont? I don't remember whether the street lamps were or were not broken. I do remember that we had to use a torch to light up the sea.
Hey, whose side are you on?
I'm just saying, Falcon might be right. I was particularly dark, so it's possible that there weren't any little street lamps.
Are you saying I'm a liar? I thought we were buddies. Stop quibbling, both of you. Maybe the lamps were broken, maybe they weren't. It doesn't matter. I know that Piero's testimony is accurate because I personally saw the rooster at the crime scene 1 minute after Piero did.
1 minute, that's plenty of time for the real murderer to escape and for a passerby to stumble upon the scene, is it not? You must acknowledge that this is a possibility.
I acknowledge nothing.
There is an inkling of doubt. You know that there is slight notion that Piero may be misremembering what he saw. Don't batter the prosecution, Monsieur Falcon. I wasn't battering. On the next witness, Madame Beaumont, do you have anyone in mind?
I do. There's someone among us who is something of a gun connoisseur. A man who knows everything there is to know about the craft of weaponry. Oh, that's me again. Shut up, Piero. Get off the stand. Yes, ma'am. I call Fontaine forward.
Well. Yeah. You. No. Now, Fontaine, is it true that you are a gun specialist? Well, I hate to brag, but yes, I know about guns, their mechanics, their beauty. Have you heard about the revolver mechanisms America's developing? Wonderful stuff.
Fontaine, let's stick to the guns that were found at the crime scene. Tell us about those.
Alright, very well. This is the gun found on Sarin Coco's person at the time of arrest. It is a standard issue percussion lock Châtellerault gendarmerie pistol, 24cm length, 15mm caliber. Lots of police and soldiers carry these style things. It's a gun that says, I'm a reliable man of the law.
That sounds like a cocorico.
Does it? Cocorico's always told me that the riding crop was his self-defense, weapon of choice. It's strange that he had a gun in the first place. And this gun found in the Croque Monsieur's corpse clutched tightly in his hands. This is a Turner pistol, double-barreled, iron handle, 20cm length, 13mm caliber. This is an exquisite and highly customized gun. It's one of a kind. Whoever used this weapon knew their stuff.
The Croque Monsieur was a legendary arms dealer. It's no surprise that his personal weapon would be something so flamboyant.
What's really fascinating about the Croque Monsieur gun is the ammunition. See, the bore of the pistol has been fitted with a set of grooves.
Please stop, Fontaine. I didn't call you up to hear you show off your gun knowledge. Tell us what you uncovered when you examined the Croque Monsieur's bullet wound.
Alright, well, a lead bullet was embedded in the middle of the Croque Monsieur's sternum and appeared to have a straight angle of entry.
So in other words, the Croque Monsieur was facing his killer when he was shot.
That's right. The other interesting point was that Croque Monsieur's outer clothes were signed.
Ich glaub singed, aber könnte falsch sein.
Yeah. Singed, yeah. This typically only occurs if a person is close enough to a gunshot to be directly burned by the gun's muzzle flash.
And how close does a person have to be burned by a muzzle flash?
Less than 3 meters, I would say. 5 at the very most. Okay, ich habe jetzt mit noch weniger gerechnet.
Ich auch. Aber vielleicht ist es bei älteren Waffen auch schlimmer noch.
Ja, wahrscheinlich.
Then there's no chance that there was a rogue sniper on the rooftops. The Croque Monsieur's killer was standing in Rue de Mamouche themselves.
Ganz kurz, Snipers sind ja erst so ein Ding seit dem Ersten Weltkrieg, also. Ja.
As is plainly evident, only one person was found in Rue de Mamouche at the time of the incident. Prosecutor Cocorico.
Well said, madam. I think you just unequivocally proved this bird's guilt. Not so fast. I would like to cross-examine a witness. I don't think so. You're overstepping your bounds, bird.
Let the lawyer try, Remus. When he fails, there will be absolutely no doubt to anyone in the room that Cocorico's nothing but a bloodthirsty murderer.
Was haben wir denn?
Gendarmerie Pistol, Turnover Pistol, Chest singed. Gendarmerie Pistol, weil er eigentlich keine Pistol tragen würde.
Ja, würde ich sagen.
Haben wir irgendwas? Er hatte sie halt.
Ich glaube, das hat was mit den Bullets zu tun, weil dieses Magnetding kann ja, also hier LED, was ist nochmal LED auf Deutsch? Ich hab's vergessen. Ist auf jeden Fall nicht ferromagnetisch. Das weiß ich.
Ich komme nicht drauf, was das war. Was Blech?
War das Zinn? Nee, oder was Zinn?
Zinn könnte. Nee, Zinn ist Tin.
Ja, Lead-Generierung. Wow. Deutsch, Metall. Warum macht das Deutsch so französisch? Blei.
Ah, ja. Fangen wir an mit Gendarmerie Pistol.
Ja. Fontaine, have a question regarding Cocorico's Gendarmerie Pistol. Okay. Yes, is there any way to tell whether the gun has been recently fired? That's an excellent question. Yes, there are a couple of ways. For around a minute after firing, a pistol barrel is going to be hot to the touch. That's a dead giveaway. But you could also check for gunpowder residue in the barrel and chamber that would indicate that the gun has been fired since being cleaned. So by your own analysis, would you say that the Cocorico's weapon was fired last night? It's difficult to say. None of us thought to check the pistol's barrel temperature at the time of the incident, so we can't use that method. If I check for gunpowder residue now, I see a little in the barrel. That could indicate a recently fired weapon, but it could also indicate a lack of proper maintenance. So basically you don't know whether this weapon was or wasn't fired last night. Oh, monsieur. If we cannot be certain whether Cocorico even fired his gun, then this whole trial ought to be thrown out.
Nice try, Falcon, but Cocorico is still our prime suspect. He was standing over the Croque Monsieur's body with the weapon in his hands. If that gun is not the murder weapon, then what is? This isn't working. Try another approach, Falcon.
No.
Yeah, I guess not.
Nein.
Yeah.
Mach mal Turnover Pistol.
Meinst du? Ich wäre erst mit Cinch gegangen, aber...
Fontaine, about the Croque Monsieur Turnover Pistol. Tell us about the ammunition. You were about to say something about the gun's ammunition before Madame Beaumont cut you off. Could you give us the details?
Oh, great, no, he'll never stop talking.
I'm glad you asked, Falcon. See, as you probably know, the most bullets are just small, round, lead balls, right? But that's not the case here. This particular, ich schätze mal particular, oder? Weapon uses an advanced iron-tipped aerodynamic carefully grooved. Actually, it would be quicker if just show you. Take a good look. This is an iron-tipped minier ball.
Minier.
It is very rare, top-of-the-line technology. Before the last night, I had never seen one of these in person before.
Like I said before, the Croque Monsieur was a legendary arms dealer. It only makes sense that he would have access to the latest weaponry.
Where did you find this bullet, Fontaine? In the turned over pistol's chamber. Hold on, I'm confused. I thought the Croque-Monsieur fired his gun, so how is it possible that his gun was still loaded with a bullet? I turned over pistol's double-barreled. This means that it can hold 2 bullets at once, ready to be fired in quick succession. Ah, I see. The Croque-Monsieur fired 1 bullet but died before he could fire the second.
I trust that you have no more questions about this matter, Falcon. We've wasted enough time already. Ich will wissen, wo die andere Bullet ist.
Not yet. Where's the other bullet?
What other bullet?
The fired minion ball. There were 2 shots that night, remember? One from the island, one from the crocodile. I scoured the scene for a couple of minutes, but I couldn't find it. It's a pity. It would have been great to have 2 of these magnificent bullets. Madame Beaumont, did anyone find the fired minion ball in Cocorico's body?
In his body? You are asking if Cocorico was wounded by the bullet? No, that much is plain to see.
So again I must ask, where is the fired minion ball?
Fuck. Well, I don't have any clue. What are you trying to get at, Falcon?
Isn't it obvious? If the bullet wasn't aimed in the alleyway wall, and it wasn't aimed in Cocorico, then that means it hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer, the real murderer. It must still be aimed in whoever attacked the Croque-Monsieur.
A ludicrous notion.
Makes perfect sense. The double-barreled turnover gun, the missing bullet.
Fine, I'll humor you. Let's say that the bullet did indeed hit the real perpetrator. What of it?
Well, it's only been a few hours since the shooting. Presumably, the person will still have the bullet lodged in them. Find the person with the unique iron minion ball aimed in them, and you find the real murderer.
That's reasonable, but we don't have time nor resources to search every citizen of Paris to uncover an injured gunman.
You don't have to search everyone in Paris. I believe the murderer to be someone in this very room.
Oh, you think we have a traitor in our ranks?
I do. This was obviously a planned attack. Someone invited Cocorico and the Croque-Monsieur to the same place at the same time in order to create a setup. Only someone with a rebel's connections could engineer such an event. It's ridiculous. Are you really saying that someone in this room was shot last night? That's clearly untrue. A bullet wound can be concealed, perhaps if you all were to take off your shirts.
No, I'm not having everyone in this room stripped down to their knickers just to cater to your outrageous theory. If you can't think of a more reasonable way to prove your stray bullet theory, then we end this damn trial here and now.
A more reasonable way? I have a more reasonable way.
What are you thinking, Falcon?
Isn't it obvious? We have a perfect way to uncover whether someone has been shot. It's a genius solution.
And it was really expensive.
Yeah.
Are you serious, Falcon? You're relying on the invention of a lunatic?
I've never been more serious. Madame Beaumont, Frère Remus, and members of the court. This device is called an Explorer extractor. It's the latest medical technology.
It looks like a children's toy.
I assure you, this is no toy. It was designed to find and extract metal aimed in bodies. A battlefield bullet finder and remover, if you will.
I'm intrigued. So you're saying that you just swing that device around and it finds a bullet in a person?
Yes, sort of. I don't know, we haven't had a chance to practice with it, really. Madame, these birds are playing you a fool. There's no way such a device exists. We have seen this device work with our own eyes. This person shall demonstrate.
Me?
Although he will need something to demonstrate it on.
Nehmen wir dann einfach
Ja,
die Bullet
den
über.
Miniball. Here we have an iron-tipped mini-ball as presented by Fontaines moments ago. warte. Okay. Observe, I placed the bullet in my closed fist. It now represents the fired bullet that is currently aimed in the murderer's body. Allegedly. Now, Sparrowson, we'll demonstrate what happens when my hand is scanned with the Explorer extractor device.
So I just do this and it's humming and buzzing. Is it really detecting that bullet?
Absolutely. What an intriguing device.
Hey, what would happen if I were to hit extract right now?
Please don't. You remember what happened to that stick, right?
My, what is this feeling? It feels like power! Unlimited power!
Don't let it get to your head.
Okay, I'm convinced. Falcon, Sparrowson, you perform a cursory scan of each of us with that device of yours.
You must stop humoring these morons, madam. What good is this doing us?
Remus, they may be morons, but this test will grant us certainty of the rooster's fate. I can afford that time. Hey, Falcon, what will happen if the murderer is someone not present in this room?
It most likely isn't.
What?
I'm stalling.
Falcon? Get a move on, you two.
I really must express my displeasure that you're going along with this farce. Warte mal, warum ist eigentlich Sparrowson hier?
Weil wir haben den ja losgeschickt und dann wurde er vom Papagei-Typ da wieder gefangen. Kanarienvogel, keine Ahnung, was Piero darstellen will.
Papagei wahrscheinlich. Let us end this trial right here and now. You can get the justice you so crave.
Don't worry, Remus. My patience for this bird brain is wearing thin too. When this asinine scheme of this fails, you will face the consequences.
Asinine Deutsch, dumm.
Huh.
Oder idiotisch.
Lackey bird. Scan the rooster first. He's the prime suspect after all.
Wie wär's, wenn wir die Videos eigentlich mal unseren Englischlehrern schicken, die wir damals in der Schule hatten?
Ich möchte mit dieser Person niemals wieder in meinem Leben Kontakt haben, also nein.
Okay. Ich auch nicht, aber ich find's lustig.
Es hat einen Grund, warum ich Englisch nach der 10. abgewählt habe. Okay.
Ja, ich musste Englisch nach der 10. weitermachen, weil es hört man mir an, ne? Egal.
I'm not getting any reaction. That means there's probably no bullet lodged in Cocorico. So, he's innocent for sure. No, all it means is that this bird was not shot by the hypothetical bullet. Don't forget, this is all speculation on Falcon's part.
Madame, I must insist that you end this. It's a fool's errand. We have other matters we must attend to.
Warum ist der eigentlich so am Schwitzen? So, das ist doch sein Bruder, der die Bullet im Bein hat und nicht er. Oder so. Remus, you let me worry about our time management. Piero, you go next. Alright, get it over with. No reaction. That means that Piero wasn't shot either. No surprises there, right guys? Let's see. Next we shall test.
Madame, I implore you.
You're being awfully lippy, Remus. Why don't you go next?
Me? That is really not necessary, Madame. I don't want to participate in this ridiculous child's game.
This is no game, and I'm issuing you an order to cooperate.
I refuse.
Saga Kodawaru. Piero, please restrain Remus. With pleasure, ma'am.
What? What are you doing? Keep your filthy talons off me. I will not manhandled by... Stop that. You're making a mistake. Madame, think little harder. I have an alibi. I will see with you the whole evening.
Sparrowson, do the test. Falcon? I'm not getting any reaction.
That can't be right. Do it again.
There's nothing. Freya Remus has not been shot as far as this device can tell.
You had the nerve to manhandle a man of cloth like that. As I said on the floor, madam, I was with you and Fontaine for the entire evening. I could not possibly be in two places at once.
It's true, you were sitting in my line of sight exactly when the murder was supposed to have taken place.
As I was. As was I.
Right, Fontaine was sitting with us too, so that rules him out. And I know that I didn't perform the murder, obviously. Which means that every suspect has been accounted for. Go sit down, Lackey. Your job is done. You realize what this means, don't you, Falcon? Your little test failed. Your hypothetical bullet theory turned out to be unsubstantiated speculation. Pure guesswork.
So we had the trial, madam. Wait, there must be someone we are not accounting for. I just know it. There's someone else who could have been in the shooter. Und dann jetzt, ne? Silvius da.
Haben wir eigentlich Judge Romulus als separaten? Ja.
Ja, aber der ist ja offiziell nicht mehr im Land.
Ja, wir wissen das offiziell nicht. Aber ich wollte nur. Ja.
Does the name Silvius mean anything to anyone here? Ab jetzt ist es für mich übrigens blind. Oh, I was expecting some reaction. Remus, are you sure that you don't recognize the name Silvius? No, it means nothing to me.
Be more direct, Falcon. Go straight for the jugular. Also jetzt Romulus, denke ich.
Ja. Remus. Remus, how's your brother? The man named Romulus. My brother, he was forced to flee the country by oppressive government. You and I know that isn't true. Your brother's still in France. In fact, I think he's lurking in these very catacombs right now.
Also legit, vor der Aufnahmesession heute dachte ich einfach, es gibt 3 Wölfe.
Ja, das ist, glaube ich, auch das Ziel des Spiels.
An absurd notion. Your theories are getting more and more outlandish, Falcon. Where is your evidence?
Oh, I know.
No. Oh, I know, I can answer this one. This. I found this in the catacomb tunnel. An introductory guide to the cult of reason?
Thank you, Sparrowson. Now, Frère Remus, does this pamphlet look familiar to you? No, I've never seen it before in my life. Are you sure? Are you sure it doesn't belong to your brother Romulus? No, there are many cultists in Paris. Maybe it belongs to one of them.
Falcon, I'll take your word that your lackey found this pamphlet in the catacombs. But Remus is right. You have no evidence that the man known as Romulus is the one who dropped it. This pamphlet could have been dropped by anyone. Could have even been dragged in on the sole of Piero's shoe for all I know. Won't be the first time.
Actually, madame, I know for a fact that the pamphlet belonged to Romulus, and I can prove it. Ja, und dann jetzt das.
Den hier?
Ja. Oder nee, den Stift. Oder den Stift haben wir gar.
Doch,
A little
den
while
Stift haben
ago,
wir.
while visiting the Louvre, I saw a man who looked very much like Romulus handing out pamphlets. As you can see, the pamphlet from your Louvre is identical to the pamphlet from the catacombs, except for one important detail. Romulus signed the Louvre pamphlet himself? No way! My brother wouldn't do something so foolish. Do you see, right here on the cover page, that's Romulus' signature?
I admire your tenacity, Falcon, but something is blatantly wrong with your evidence. We know that the brother of Frère Romulus is named Romulus, but this Louvre pamphlet of yours is signed Silvius.
Clearly an alias. Romulus is one of the run from the police, so he must have changed his identity.
That's a plausible theory, but it's unsubstantiated. How do we know that this pamphlet was signed by Remus's brother?
Und jetzt ein Füller.
Ja, wir haben
Ja.
jetzt irgendwie nicht grüne Tinte oder so.
Ja. This fountain pen. Hey, where did you get that? Is it my brother's or mine? Bro, Remus, your mouth is almost as big as Romulus's. What the fuck, diese Musik, Alter?
Ja.
Anyway, I believe it's yours. Sparrowson happened to find this pen in your robes just a few days ago. You mean he stole it? Let's not argue over semantics. What's important and what you just admitted is that you and your brother owned pens just like this one. See, these pens are unique in that they contain green ink, a very unusual choice of ink color.
A very evil choice, too.
Well, yes, but more importantly, it's the same ink that was used on this signed pamphlet. Since there are only two pens, there are only two possibilities. Either Fray Remus has been saying of an atheist cult's propaganda. I would never do such a thing. Or his brother has been using his identical pen to sign cultist propaganda. The same type that was found in these catacombs. Impossible. My clumsy old brother lost his pen a week ago. Oh, so then the only explanation is that you lent him your own. No, you see, it doesn't matter how you cut it, Friar. One way or another, you and your brother are tied to the cultist pamphlet. Admit it, confess!
Falcon, enough. You've made your point. You're asserting that the friar's pen ties him to the cultist pamphlet. I get it.
This is all genius, wouldn't you say, madame?
No question. Falcon has suggested a theory that hinges upon a theory that hinges upon yet another theory. It's not hard proof by any measure. He may very well be wrong, but at least he's logical. His theory is self-consistent.
What are you saying, madame?
Falcon, where did you say you found this leaflet? The unsigned one, that is. Oh, down the catacombs tunnel, through the fork on the left-hand side. Fontaine, Piero, go see if you can find anyone dawdling here where they shouldn't be.
Yes, madame.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
In a moment, one of two things will happen. Either Piero and Fontaine will return empty-handed, in which case I'll have no choice but to execute Cocorico. And then I would have to execute you, Falcon, and you, Sparrowson. Us? Not because of what you've seen tonight, although that's admittedly a problem, but because your lies would be treasonous to our new republic. I didn't sign up for this. Or... Ist bei dir gerade alles gut? Kommen irgendwelche Geräusche durch?
Bitte?
Bei dir kamen gerade irgendwelche Geräusche durch, wenn... Ich weiß nicht warum.
Das ist wahrscheinlich mein Tisch.
Oh, jetzt gerade geht's auf jeden Fall.
Ja.
Piero and Fontaine will return with the prisoner in tow, in which case... You will be free to cut Cocorico down and skedaddle?
Surely not, madame. You're not going to let these creatures walk free after everything that's happened here. Remember what's the truth that did to your father.
Hold your tongue, Friar. If it turns out you've been deceiving me all this time... And Biomar, look what we found! Stop shoving me. I can walk myself. Oh, das hat er gesagt, als er abgeführt wurde. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, we really do have a ghost in the catacombs. Introduce yourself, wolf. Very well, mademoiselle, my name is... Madame! Right, madame, whatever. My name is Silvius. Don't you mean Romulus? That alias isn't fooling anyone, Your Honor. Alright. I am Romulus, twin brother of Remus and a loyal servant to the rebel cause. That's the whole truth.
He's telling the truth, madame.
Long live the Second Republic, right guys? I have a lot of questions, both for you, Romulus, and for you, Remus. I don't appreciate being lied to.
It seems that you have your hands full, so we will just be taking our leave.
Not so fast, Falcon. Your theory is still unproven. If it turns out that Romulus has no bullet in him, then you would have no evidence that implicates him of the Croque Monsieur's murder. Cocorico would still be the prime suspect. But bullet in me? What are you guys on about? Spare me. Fontaine, hold him down. Hold me down?
Hold me down.
Oh. Sparrison, do your test. I'm on it.
So much power.
It's buzzing. It's really buzzing around the shoulder.
I see blood. I see there's definitely a bullet round there.
Now
Okay,
I will
alles stimmt.
extract it. That's an old bullet. An old war wound. I got it fighting in Algeria in 36.
Obviously a desperate lie. My brother's completely honest, madame. He's a veteran. He was shot in battle.
You know, I could just extract the bullet right here and now. That would remove all doubt.
Do it.
Ich will's tun. Do it.
Do it. Extract it, sucker. Sparrison.
Ah! Wow, sucked it out like a pip from a grapefruit. Oh hey, look at that. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of them newfangled bullets, right, Fontaine?
There's no mistake. This is an iron-tipped minier ball, just like the one in Croque Monsieur's gun. Do you realize what that means, madame? It clearly demonstrates that Romulus confronted the Croque Monsieur before Cocorico arrived. He's undeniable evidence that Cocorico had nothing to do with the crocodile's death.
You're right. I made a mistake. I haven't forgotten what the rooster did to my father, but this bird clearly had no part in the killing of the Croque Monsieur. Therefore, I cannot honestly call him an enemy of the Second Republic. Your friend is free to go. Fontaine, cut the rooster down.
Right away, madame. Thank you, madame,
For what?
for giving us an opportunity to show you what justice looks like. Before you ask what the difference between revenge and justice, and I replied, rationality. Well, I can see how much effort it must have been taken to hold back your emotions and let rationality dictate your actions.
Piero and Fontaine will help carry your friend to the tunnel entrance.
We are not, madame. Will be okay by yourself with two wolves?
These toothless old dogs? I think I'll manage.
Of course. Come on, brother, to your feet.
So, cultists. Cultist is such a strong word. Listen, mademoiselle. Don't mademoiselle me. I shall be asking the questions here. Tell me, Friar, are you a cultist too?
Madame, I'm just a humble servant of God.
Ugh. I never realized how poisonous your words are. You've been spewing lies since the very start, haven't you?
Madame,
At least tell me why you two killed the Croque Monsieur.
because...
Allow me, brother.
Gerne, dann schonst meine Stimme. Danke.
Mir fehlt eigentlich die Frontansicht, dass man sieht, dass er jetzt ein riesiges Loch in der Schulter ist. You want to know the truth? We want exactly the same thing as you. We want a world without class, a world without false rulers and gods, a world where only the reason of man reigns. Du warst fucking Judge. So schlecht wird's dir nicht gegangen sein. A world of true equality and fairness. That is what we strive for, no? But you cannot achieve such a goal without violence. Your methods are too passive, too naive. So we set up a situation where you would be forced into action. Make the government look like murderers to the rebels, and make the rebels look like murderers to the government. Then you would be forced to take up arms. Another lie. But that was the truth! You claimed that you wanted equality, but you just want a world where you stand above everyone else. A world where carnivores reign.
Danke. Weißt du warum?
Hm?
Gerade festgestellt, Wölfe sind natürlich auch top of the food chain im Wald.
Hm?
Die können, Equality ist für die am höchsten stehen.
You're a rabid animal at heart. You got me. But can you honestly say that you never wanted power for yourself? You're a carnivore too, don't deny it. No, I've never wanted power. All I ever wanted was a world where no child has to grow up without a father. Did you know that the Croque-Monsieur was something of a family man? He once confided in me that he had 5 children and a late wife.
I had no idea.
Tell me, Romulus, do you have children? Me? No, Mademoiselle. Er hat's aber auch nicht auf die Reihe gekriegt.
Ja. Vater!
As for you, Friar, get out of here.
You aren't going to kill me.
I ought to. You're the worst kind of person. A man who'll cling to any ideology to claw his way higher. But I know that you weren't the one to pull the trigger on the Croque-Monsieur. Maybe there's a slither of goodness left in you.
I...
Go. Tap, 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 tap. Is this what justice looks like? It's so uncaring. Perfekt. Ende von Akt 3. Erneut.
Zum
Und
dritten Mal.
wenn wir das nächste Mal zusammenkommen, werden wir das True Ending beginnen. Akt 4b.
Equality.
Ja, Equality. Bis dahin. Ciao.
Tschüss.